Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Denver Broncos 7-round mock draft, getting a video out for every team before the draft starts, which is now very soon. If they pick before 64, video's already out, and if they pick after, it's coming very, very soon. So without further ado, let's get into it. Broncos needs, they say, are just corner. I'd like to get a corner. I'd also like to get probably a defensive end as well as a backup running back, although later, maybe a receiver if there's value, like super, super late, and a tight end would also be nice. I love Albert Okwuegbunam, but however you say it. But I would like to also get a tight end if there's one available. But I saw Greg Dulcich go to the Chiefs at 62. That's pretty unrealistic. But yeah, I don't want to take Jelani Woods here. And I think we'll wait on that. Troy Anderson could be a good pick. Linebacker is also something I'd like to get, but it's not their biggest need. And we might just go corner, although we'll see kind of what the value looks like a little bit later. I think we can hold off. I think we can use a slot guy like Marcus Jones, though. And as much as I would like to wait, I think he's also a great returner. If you haven't seen, my cornerback video is not out yet. It will be very soon. Ranking all the cornerbacks in the class. We're going to go with Marcus Jones. They need a slot guy, and I think he would be very good value there. And now, here we'll see who goes off the board. Trey Anderson, Christian Harris, both guys I would have considered, and maybe Cam Thomas. Let's look at edge. Again, not a huge need they have, but they have McTelvin and Geem starting, and I'm an Arkansas fan and I like him, but I'm not, super excited for that. And I guess, he's more a defensive end than a true edge. But here at 75, this might be spot. I'm not really sure. They just have. I might get Cole Strange. I know that their offensive line is good, but just getting another guy in there could be kind of fun. I mean, Dylan Parham is also on the board though, so we might wait. And that's not a huge need. Down the board, I might go running back here, but before I do that, I'm gonna get Kingsley Enagbare from South Carolina, developmental guy with a lot of power. Hopefully he can develop for you if you're the Broncos, but we'll see. And here we are at pick 96. It froze a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to look at running back. We'll see who's on the board. And with James Cook here, I know they have Javonte Williams, and Javonte Williams, I'm such a big fan of him. I think he's going to be so good in the NFL throughout his career, but they don't have a good backup right now. And James Cook, as a change of pace, would be in a third down back, maybe even though Javonte can do all that, would be great. Running backs are by committee these days. And even though I'm not a fan of drafting running back high, here in the bottom of the third, when that's really your only need, in my opinion, because this team is so good, at least their roster is right now, I'm very happy with that. Now at 115, could be a tight end spot. We'll see who's available there. But again, this just doesn't, we don't have a lot of needs for the Broncos. So we're going to just take some flyers on some guys. I think I'm going to wait till, I can do one of these as tight end. Might try to go with, this is actually a tough choice. Jeremy Ruckert, Kate Otten, both really good. So we're going to go with that with our second pick. We'll figure that out in a moment. And even though I love the receiving room, I could add another guy just because we have these picks. And I just don't see any big, any kind of great players at any positions in need, because I don't think we have very many positions in need. So I'm going to go with Romeo Doubs here. Haven't really drafted him much. Just a good weapon, depth piece, but if guys start, having expiring contracts, like I don't know how long Tim Patrick is available. Is there 3? They've got Sutton, of course. They've got Judy, but he could be good. I know Kyle Phillips is still here, but we're going to go with Doubs just to mix it up a little bit. And now we'll go tight end. We'll bring in Jeremy Ruckert just as another guy in that room, just so we don't, we just have options. And now we'll go down to 145, where I think I'll definitely look to bring in a linebacker. Kyle Phillips goes to the Patriots down low. That's pretty fitting. And we'll see what kind of value we can bring in. Jojo Damon, solid, but let's see. We could go, Chig is like an H-back, could be fun, but we already got our tight end, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And I think, based on the guys on the board, I think getting Jack Sanborn here, they have him really low, but he is a really good player, goodwill linebacker, and I think he will be a good fit for the Broncos. Again, he doesn't need to start from day one, but he's already just a solid player. If anybody goes down with injury, I think he could just step up and play super, super well. So now we're down to 206. We have 3 more picks remaining. Picks I don't feel like we need that much. I guess we'll add another corner to the room down here. Isaiah Likely goes at 184. That's pretty surprising. I've seen people have him in the 3rd round, which I think is high, but regardless, let's look at the board, and could be a Matt Araiza spot. Honestly, I think I'm not a huge fan of any of these corners right here. And wait, let's do a quick detour over to the Broncos depth chart, see who they have at punter. Sam Martin. I don't know if he's any good or not, but that name sounds a little bit familiar. But we're gonna say Matt Araiza's value here is too good to pass up on. They can have a battle, may the best punter win, and this guy could be a generational punter from what we've seen, and that's, that has its value, especially when you're a team like the Broncos that doesn't need that many other things. So now we are going down to 232 into 234. Really just best player available for me at this point. And I think we're going to bring in Doron Bland from Fresno State to add some cornerback depth. And 234, see who's on the board. Could bring in a backup quarterback. I guess we traded Drew Lock. So, yeah, that could be a little bit of fun here. And let's look at who's available. I'm a Caleb Ellaby guy. He is my QB7, aside from those top 6. So I'm going to take him down here in the 7th. And that's going to wrap up our draft. Obviously, he doesn't need to play anytime soon because they have Russell Wilson. But that's going to wrap it up, and I'll see you at the grading screen. Okay, and here we are at the end screen. Very happy with this. They say I reached on Jack Sanborn, but I don't care. He's good. Marcus Jones, C+, I'll take it, but I think he's going to be good for what they need. They have Surtain, they have Darby on the perimeter. Marcus Jones can be a really good inside cornerback in the slot, and also be a really good returner who, can't think of the returner off the top of my head. I doubt Judy does it, but he could be really explosive there and just add a ton of value. And Igbare, good value at 75. I think he's going to go in the 2nd round, so that's great value. Happy with James Cook, happy with getting just a lot of depth pieces pretty much, as they're really big fan of Doron Bland. Just all these guys from the 4th round down are just depth, and so are these guys. Really, just Marcus Jones is probably going to start, hopefully, but pretty happy with this draft. Let me know what you guys think of it, especially Broncos fans. I may be a Chiefs fan, but I'm trying to do you guys the best I can. Let me know what you would have done and what players you think would be the best fit for the Broncos, at least at their value, or if there's anybody at the top of the draft you wish they could get. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below. We'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.